Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of the Road to Glory here on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team. This is episode number 135, I do believe. And in today's episode, we need to carry on in the Weekend League. I think at the moment, what are we? I can't even remember how many games we played and won and lost. I think we're at 6 wins, but is that with 2 losses? 1 lot? I don't know. But you know what the team's looking like, right? We've got Neymar, we've got future stars, Jadon Sancho, Hakimi, Eder Militao. I went out and sold, well, I listed them at the end of the last episode, but you can see the 83s pretty much all sold for various different prices. Had to list a couple of them for a second time, but we're up to 69,000 coins, which is not bad, you know, considering we have a lot of money available if we were to sell some players. It's actually not bad that we've already accumulated a little bit more again, which is nice. So going on into our first game of today's session, we come up against just like a pretty bog standard looking Prem team. If anything, I get super overconfident when I come up against someone like this, because like I should beat this just off of team alone. I should have the upper hand, and then hopefully he's not an amazing player. I mean, he was all right, to be fair. Got a good goal there with Harry Kane, and it wasn't a shot that I expected him to take. So I was a little bit like thrown, or I don't know what the saying is, but I was like, whoa, what are you doing, mate? You can't, don't be scoring goals like that against me. But hey, I go 2-1 up again. Aubameyang then plays it back to Kante into Jadon Sancho, and he is able to score the 3-1 goal. And you can see a little pause going on there, which typically means they're going to rage quit if it's just after a goal. So that was a nice first game of the day in order to you know, bring up the old morale, because it's been real tough. And we go into our second game, and again I'm like, all right, nice team. I should beat that though. My team is better, right? He's got Frenkie de Jong, he's got Griezmann. I know I always struggle against Griezmann, but like I feel like my team is better. So I'm controlling Kante right now just to try and stop the runner, and I forget to jump the wall. And to be fair, beautiful free kick from Antoine Griezmann. And that celebration right there might be one of the most triggering ones on the game. I think only he can do it, right? I've mentioned this before, I swear, but it just looks so silly. He brings on Ibrahimovic in the second half, and I don't know, I was a little bit all over the place with the defending. I think I was really rushing this game because I was 1-0 down. There was only half an hour left, so I was trying my best to score a goal, and that led to basically this guy getting a really good, easy opportunity to get through on goal. Neymar plays it into Tevez. I do get 1 goal back, 63 minutes on the clock, but again, I'm rushing the play to try and get back into this one, just because, and I always do this, because this guy had a slightly lesser team to me. Slightly. I mean, he has good players, but I do feel like if I'm behind, I'm like, all right, come on, Tom, wake up. You just need to get back in front, score them goals, and you'll be all good. And then actually, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And actually, they just are sometimes better FIFA players than me, even though their team might not be quite as stacked. So I lose 4-1 in that game. I mean, match facts don't look that different, do they? He was just able to score his opportunities and I wasn't. But yeah, that was annoying, because that was one of those games where I couldn't even get back into it to equalise, to get into extra time. It was just like, I just got hammered. I got demolished. Moving into the next game, this guy's got the new in-form Mbappe striker. How has he got that, considering the rest of the team is Prem? I reckon he's done a Team of the Week pack and got really lucky. And that also annoys me, because we did one and we got one of the worst players in Team of the Week. But I get the ball to Bobby Firmino. I hit a red time finesse, and I always want to do this celebration, the apology one, when I hit a red time finesse in the back of the net. But actually, sometimes just press LBRB, skip the replay and stuff in general, and just move on. You know, let's just get away from that as soon as possible. But he is able to equalise against me, and Paul Pogba and co decide to dab against me. But I think that's the default celebration, right? But again, this guy pushes through almost instantly after that 1-1 goal. He gets that with Dele Alli. Beautiful volley. He hit me like so quick. I'm pretty sure it was like the 25th minute or something that he scored that first goal. And then out of the 2 attempts that he's had, he scored both of them. Alisson's not saved a single one. Yeah, so I'm 2-1 down in this game. And then I was in the right position to head that away with Van Dijk, I think. But Ibra's just beaten him to it. So maybe that does just tell you all you need to know about how good Ibra is in the air. And we've used and abused that so often. So it's not a surprise that we concede a front post header to him. But that is a loss. A second loss in a row. So I don't want that to continue. Next game, decent team. Again, mine's stronger. He's got a couple of red players in there, which shows me that he's he plays a lot of FUT Champions, perhaps. Calvert-Lewin plays it. I mean, my keeper's been doing that an awful lot, putting it straight into the path of my opponent. But he didn't even shoot there. He did not even shoot there with De Bruyne. It just hit him, and that was the first touch, which ended up taking it into the back of the net, which angers me. And I've already lost 2 games in a row, so I'm already triggered at this point. I'm in a bad mood. But we do get one back with Jadon Sancho, who's just not been impressing me, I've realised. I know I've been saying it and tossing and turning over it the last couple of episodes, but I think if you continually do that, you've got to realise that actually he just isn't all that, and he's just not doing it for me if I'm still thinking, is he good, is he not? Surely the answer is, well, not really, because if he was great, I would know about it. And then we get seriously unlucky again with one of the deflections either coming off the goalie or the post. I can't remember which. Just like falls, it comes off the bar or the post there. Falls straight to his striker and he gets another goal to equalise against me. Lacazette then plays it back post and Gabriel Jesus rises higher than Hakimi at the back post to head it in the 74th minute. And I'm like, oh, please don't do this to me. So again, I'm rushing to try and get back in this game. Yeah, fair play, easy sweat. I didn't quite know what to do with my goalkeeper and stuff. So he gets a 4-2 win against me. And that just, it sent me over the edge. This is when I did like a couple of rage tweets and stuff. And like, I'm ready to stop playing the weekend league. I don't want this. I hate this. And I did. At that moment in time, I absolutely hated it. And I sat there for a few minutes and thought about it. So this wasn't just like full-on rage selling was about to happen. Well, it sort of is, I guess. I guess it is rage selling. But I sat there and thought about it for a couple of minutes. And I was like, I checked Sancho's price. And he was higher than what I bought him for. So I was like, if I can sell him for 749k, we'll make profit on him. And he's just not quite doing it for me. So I wanted to give him the whole weekend league. But I just genuinely don't think he was quite cutting it. Even though he had a pretty decent contributions per game. I don't know what it was about him. But Hakimi sold pretty much instantly, so we lose probably 1,000 or 2,000 coins on tax on him. And then Jadon Sancho didn't actually sell in the first hour. I had to relist him for 720, and then, well, I went to go and play a game with lone George Best that I had one more game left on, and it gave me a 1 bar, so I didn't play the match, and I restarted my internet and stuff, came back onto FUT. Jadon Sancho had sold for 720k, so we're up to 853,000 coins in the road to glory. And I actually did like an Instagram poll. If you don't follow me on Insta, you might want to. There's a link down below. You get little insights into the road to glory and stuff as it happens, as opposed to waiting a few episodes for everything to actually happen. And I said Salah or Mbappe, just because I wanted to go back to what I know for now. And again, that could change up so very quickly. But it was like 75% people wanted me to buy Mbappe. So rather than use my Aurier and then buy Salah, we'll use Aurier and we'll actually use George Best for this next game. And I've even put the Totti Neymar in because I needed all the help I could get after losing 3 in a row. But we have bought Mbappe. So after this last game with George Best, in comes Mbappe, in comes Lala, and we should be all good. So, after losing 3 on the bounce, we move on into our next match, and that's a strong team to come up against, but it's, again, probably not quite as good as mine, I don't think. I mean, Arnautovic might be new meta, just if this heading thing does really take off, and you can use fast wingers like Felipe Anderson and stuff to then whip it in to a big man like Arnautovic. But I go 1-0 up in 22 minutes there with Neymar. A nice, I mean, it's yellow timed, but it flies into the back of the net nonetheless. And then I wipe him out with Eder Militao. And I was like, I couldn't tell whether or not I thought that was a decent tackle or not. But upon reflection, yeah, probably is a penalty. Slowest run up in the world from Paul Pogba, and he just genuinely is giving it away which way he's going to run, which way he's going to shoot, should I say. So that was one of the easiest saves of a penalty that I've ever had. Unless he was to bluff at the very last minute, I guess. And then Neymar smacks the bar. It falls to Aubameyang, and that's just a sublime turn and a really nice finish. I think because I was holding RB, to get ready to do like an LBRB driven shot. It did that sort of RB turn thing, and that was great. I didn't mean it in the slightest, but it was brilliant. And then 65 minutes into the game, he scores a yellow one from, I don't know how far out, too far out really. I could see it coming. I think I even tried to move my goalkeeper. It might have been too late once again. But yeah, he literally gets back into the game with that, playing it to the back post. A couple of minutes later, 3 FIFA minutes later, he's gone from being 2-0 down to drawing 2-2. So it was really hitting me. I was like, oh my God, this game's going into extra time. I can't handle this. I completely lost my head. And then he scores that against me in the 100th minute in extra time. I moved my goalkeeper slightly further because I thought if you're going to take a long shot from there, you're going to hit it over my wall into the correct corner. But no, he hits it into the far corner and it flies in. So that's my fault for moving the goalkeeper there. But then I just play a Hail Mary ball up the pitch and it falls to Neymar. I take the strike. I didn't know whether I was going near post or far post. I knew that he started to move his goalkeeper a little bit. And in the 122nd minute, I get that. I get that. It was... do you know what the stupid thing is, right? I couldn't celebrate this goal. We are 45 seconds, nearly a minute over the added time, and I've scored, which, fair enough, sometimes that happens. But he still was able to kick off, run down the pitch, and take another shot before the ref decided to blow full time. It's like the 125th minute by the time it was over. Unbelievable. But yeah, so eventually we got the win because he didn't score that shot. We get a win in the 123rd minute, which is just devastating for my opponent. But relief for us that we didn't go on a 4-game losing streak. So the next one we go into, he's got a red 90 David Silva, and I'm sort of wondering why are you using that? Like, Mbappe's come in, and 5 minutes into his debut, or his re-debut, he's just coming back. He's on the comeback tour right now, and he scores 5 minutes into that debut, so I'm really happy to welcome him back. Nice low-driven shot there, actually timed green by Bobby Firmino, and I think that was a low-driven finesse. I think I tried to hit finesse, and then I accidentally hit low-driven, and that new weird shot technique that's been all over Twitter seemed to actually just happen there for me. And then 65 minutes in, he sloppily gives it to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, hit that one low-driven near post, as opposed to trying to finesse it around the goalkeeper, in an attempt to try different shots, because I know I always hit just finesses, and next weekend that ain't going to be a thing anymore, right? So yeah, we hit a couple of low-driven shot goals in that one, and we get another win. So 2 wins on the trot now, and I don't know how many we're up to. I think we must be up to 9, 8 or 9, I don't know. But we come up against Ndombele, Upamecano, Special Mbappe, Rui Costa Prime, Pogba, Aubameyang, a nice squad. Rui Costa plays it through to Aubameyang and just bangs it top of the net. Not much you can do about that one. If he's turned me the other way, I read it, but for some reason I didn't read that he was going on to his strong foot. So that was silly from me. Poor defending and an easy goal for my opponent. However, Kante plays it into Neymar, and I mean, that's Totti Neymar, so I'm not surprised that's gone in on yellow. I don't know whether regular would do that. I suppose we've hit loads of regular Neymar goals before. But Aubameyang plays it into Bobby Firmino, and I hit that one green, but on the weak foot. And with a 4-star weak foot, if you hit it green like that, it can basically be a perfect shot still. So that one's gone into the back of the net. And then Fabinho plays it into, I keep saying sorry. But yeah, it just like plays it straight on into Mbappe, and if I can hit that green, then we're all good. And that's led to 3 finesse goals and a rage quit. So 3 wins out of 3, and actually a couple of half-decent, easy games. I seem to have got back on track again. Maybe the restart of the internet and the selling of players and just switching it around again, maybe that's helped. I don't know. I'm back to a little bit more of what I know, which is Lala and Mbappe. I'm not loving this Militao and Telles thing. I don't know if they're any good. I genuinely don't know if they're great or not. Like, I prefer Eder Militao if I switch him to a CDM in-game. So, I don't know whether Thiago Silva and Kurzawa are going to be making their way back into the squad at some point. If so, I would sell Telles, get a couple 100,000 for him, and we would be sat on 710k or something, which is icon territory, right? We could buy an icon. Maybe we do that. Maybe I then have Eder Militao to bring on as a CDM because he's pacey and agile, but I don't know if he's cutting it at centre-back. I'm still yet to have decided what we'll do on that, but hey, we'll move on into our final weekend league games tomorrow. As we're at the end of the episode, I'll just reiterate it again. Sorry that I am extending our weekend league so far into the week. But as I've said a couple of times, I'm at my best mate's wedding, so I'm out of the office essentially for 3 whole days, which means I needed to get content scheduled for you guys. So that is why the weekend league has given you slightly longer highlights and into a few more episodes this week. Hope you don't mind. It was either this or nothing, really, I'm afraid. So I'll be back present day on Thursday, and we'll do our rewards for you, so we'll be literally right back and caught up again, ready to start a new weekend league towards the end of the week. Guys, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. I probably haven't asked you in this episode, but if we can hit anywhere near 2,000 likes, that would be god tier. Thank you so much in advance. Have a lovely day. Subscribe if you're new. Come follow me on other social medias if you want to see what Lasty looks like in a suit at a wedding. Maybe I'll be Instagramming that, who knows. Have a good day. I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.